Alright guys, llamapen here, and welcome to another edition of Custom NHL Builds. Last time around I put together a playmaker build for Calder Trophy winner Kirill Kaprizov, and this time it's going to be reigning Norris Trophy winner Adam Fox. Fox came out of nowhere in the 1920 season after being drafted in the 3rd round and put up an excellent rookie campaign, only to follow it up with an even more impressive season playing top pair minutes, playing in all situations, and winning a well-deserved Norris Trophy. Even more impressive is that he's still only 22 years old. As a somewhat undersized defenseman who puts up points, it's almost expected that Fox would be a one-dimensional offensive defenseman, but that is not the case, as his abilities as a defender are just as impressive, if not more so. It's interesting because Fox's height and weight are actually not listed on Hockey Reference, so I instead just went with the height and weight listed in the game, which has him at 5'11", 181 pounds. He is, of course, a right-handed shooter. If there's one area where Fox hasn't really excelled that much, it's scoring goals, so that, combined with him being a great passer and skater, makes him being a puck-moving defenseman an easy decision. I went ahead with defensive-minded 1, which will hurt his shot more but boost his paltry base defensive stats. This is a fair sacrifice to me, as Fox only has 13 goals in 125 career games. I think that's something that he could improve later in his career, but we'll see. I also went with puck handler 2, which will boost his puck control and hopefully help him a little bit with contested pucks and board battles. And then finally I went with quick defensive stick as the specialty to make his 83 stick checking a little more respectable. I felt pretty comfortable with this build going into the game. I've played with plenty of right-handed puck movers. He skates well, not spectacularly, but he can keep up with most skaters. He's pretty agile, and with that good puck control, he's able to stay in puck battles, come out with the puck, and turn off forecheckers to move the puck up ice. He definitely can get beat. Like I said, he's not quite a speedster, and the 5'7" road runners and 3s or 6s can definitely get by him when he's back skating, so that's something to keep in mind. His passing, as expected, is really good. The puck comes off his stick quickly, and his passes are hard and crisp. He can make stretch passes, slip passes in the offensive zone through for cross creases, and he can skate the puck out of the zone and up the ice when the opportunity presents itself. The hands are also very good for a defenseman, no surprise here, as the puck-moving D has the best hands of any defense build. That added puck control might help out a little bit with that as well. This adds to the fun of playing with him in 3s mode, where you have more space to dangle and take more risks. His defense is also very good, probably the best I've used as far as puck-moving defensemen. He picks off passes really well, the stick checking is a plus, he can win battles, and his skating is usually good enough to position himself pretty well. I will say his physicality is basically non-existent though. There's really no point in being aggressive with hits with this build, as most times the puck carrier won't even react to the contact, instead just rolling off and skating by. In terms of defense, this is what holds him back the most. His shot is really a minus for this build. Like I said, I wasn't really concerned with giving this build a good shot, and it definitely shows. While I did get the occasional decent one-timer, the wrister, even at very close range, was pretty bad. I missed the net a lot and had a really hard time sniping with this build, especially against AI goaltenders who easily gloved the shots that managed to go on net. This was really frustrating because it actually cost me a couple highlight reel goals. Overall, I'd say this build is just okay to me. I know I listed off a lot of pluses for this build, but to me this build just feels like it's a jack of all trades and master of none. He's got the hands and passing to set up his teammates, which is good, but he lacks that finishing ability, so he can't really score himself. He plays good defense, but I think because of his size, he's not quite small enough to be a really fast, game-breaking skater, and he's also not quite big enough to be a physical presence and overpower guys when playing defense. I think it's a pretty balanced build for the most part, but to me this build is just average, maybe slightly above average. Sorry to Rob and my other Rangers fans out there. I wish I could have reflected the player that Fox is a little better with this build, but it just is what it is. Let me know what you guys think though. Go out there and test this build out for yourself. I think that everyone's pretty much wrapped up in 22 right now, and 21 is kind of winding down, but I'm still going to be pumping out these videos, so stay tuned for those. Be sure to check out my custom NHL builds playlist to see all the other NHLers I've already built. Let me know what players you'd like me to build in the future. I do read every comment. Anyway, guys, I hope you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Nice.